Hey VC, how's everybody? Final spin coming to you down here in the archives today. It's been a beautiful summer day. Hot, 88. Had some rain this afternoon. It's over now. Back sunny, blue skies, high humidity, about a 104 heat index out there. So it's steaming. The grass is all wet. I was wanting to do a video outside, but I thought I'd come indoors, wait for it to dry out. Well, what I was going to show today are some artists that when listened together in the order that I'm going to show them here, and certain cuts from each of the albums, they produce a wonderful program of ethereal, atmospheric, tropical background music for, reading, relaxing. The music evokes tropical, wet, moist jungles, mysterious places, landscapes, terrain, from sunrise to sunset, the timeline, the traveling through an entire day over various landscapes. Very wonderful ambient. All the songs transition just beautifully into one another for a very cohesive, non-jarring listen. Just goes from beginning to end very, very smoothly. I was wanting to do this for a long time and finally got around to it in '95. A friend had gotten some new equipment and he gave me his old T-Ax. As soon as I got him home, I took some blank reels, namely this one here, and I started recording. My record collection, I went through it and just decided what feeling, what mood, what atmosphere I was trying to evoke. And I wanted it to be smooth from one end to the other, and to just kind of transition, to metamorphose into the various landscapes, the different moods smoothly. And this is the show I came up with. I called it A Day in the Jungle, and I recorded it on May the 26th, 1995. And here's the playlist I originally wrote up for it. And I'll go down here. That's what's playing in the background here. Right now, what's playing is Message, I believe, 18-10-77 from Ariel Kalma and Richard Tinty's 1978 album Osmos. This started out, the original idea, as a 3-hour and 16-minute program. Ambient background program music. And it just grew and grew over the years, and many years later, once I had moved here, I had obtained a few more, just a very few albums, and a couple of CDs that I incorporated into it and extended it. So it went from 3 hours, 16, 17 minutes to about 9-10 hours. So these are in no particular order, but these are the artists that you hear on this. So if you want to do this yourself, you'll be able to. And then when I'm through showing these, I'll show you on my computer screen what this particular original 3-hour program metamorphosed into in its full length. But we have the wonderful album here from 1979 by Emerald Webb, Dragon Wings and Wizard Tales, by Bob and Kat. Let's see, what was his first name and last name? Bob Stoll. And Kat, K-A-T, Epple. Yeah, just a wonderful, magical, mysterious album here of progressive with beautiful flute, and synthesizer. Just incredible. She died at a very young age, sadly, not too many years ago. There's the song, side 1 and 2. Life Force Celebration is the song I believe I chose to incorporate into this here program music. Yeah, this was released on a very small label, Stargate Records. I found this originally up at the Music Exchange in Kansas City. I found this on July 15th, 1985. And it comes with a very nice insert here with original artwork by Cat Epple. Yeah, this is very progressive. Well, if you're ever in Kansas City or over in Lawrence, Kansas, Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Incredible tacos. And from France, Roland Bouquet. He was in Catharsis, keyboardist. Paradia. Beautiful album here. Nice variety on here, basically keyboard driven, progressive, kind of a light, folky, symphonic. And the song that I took off this album for the program was Exotica. Exotique. And it's on the Great Cobra label. This is just beautiful. I love this piece. Message from Osmos. And then another beautiful, beautiful album. Very, I mean, you really feel like you're in the jungle with this one. Pete York on percussion, Siegfried Schwab on guitar, Eberhard Schoener on Moog synthesizer and Mellotron. And this is Bali Aguang. On the Horzu label. There's Eberhard. And then this was the record label Celestial Harmonies reissued a whole bunch of classic albums. Michael Stearns and Popol Vuh, and this one here. And this is the reissue of the same album. This is another great piece. Oh. Ancient, primitive, mysterious. Oh man. I love it. And then, you know, Brian Eno had his Ambient series. Ambient 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I'm going to show some other stuff here after what I'm showing here first, which is the stuff that makes up this program that I created. But, let's see. Yeah, I'll get to those later. But anyway, oh, here they are. I put them back in the chair here. We'll put those up there. And of course, you've seen this one before. This was used. Epsilon in Malaysian Pale is the song I used for this one here from Edgar Froese from 1975. Just an incredible masterpiece here of Mellotron, lush Mellotron, dense, moist forests. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And then here's the other Celestial Harmonies reissue, where they combined In the Gardens of Pharaoh and Aguirre. Aguirre. There's Florian Fricke. He died too young, in his late 60s. Or was he 60? I believe he was only 60, yeah, when he passed away not too many years ago. And this is a non-gatefold. It's just a thicker cover that houses the two discs inside. I found this on February the 11th, 1984, up at the Music Exchange in Kansas City. And of course, Affenstund by Popol. Another beautiful album here. This is when Florian Fricke had his big Moog that he bought. One of the very first ones to buy the Moog. He, in his cottage there, private secluded area up in the mountains, playing the music. I think in that Kraftwerk, the Electronic Revolution documentary, the gal from Amandul, she's talking about how she went up there to meet him, and as she approached, she went into the house and his wife greeted her, and she says, what's that noise? Sounds like something from outer space, from the moon. So he was probably, I imagine, sitting in that room there. Who knows? That's what my guess would be when he was, you know, setting up the equipment and experimenting for his first few albums. And then he went into the more celestial, spiritual type of music, more acoustic based with a piano. Love that back cover photo. Just perfectly evokes the music and that time period. And then a lot of music here from Rubicon is featured. And then the incredible Stratosphere with its harmonica sounds, and got that beautiful track 3 a.m. at the border from the marsh from Okefenokee Swamp down in Florida there. Tangerine Dream, I think, came over here on several trips and then went to Australia in the 70s. So you see some of their albums carrying on title names from some of their favorite locales where they, you know, visited. This is a New Zealand pressing here. Got a laminated cover. And then, of course, Ore. The Ore label with Autumn Breath from 1973. Another incredible master work here. There's Jerome Froza. He's usually real small in the inner covers, just a little tiny photo, but here he's rather large on the outside there. That was my favorite lineup right there. Edgar Froza, Christoph Franke, and Peter Bowman. And then Alpha Centauri from 71, of course. Love that back cover. Love the way they did all their artwork. I guess that's Jerome right there. And his wife holding him. Steve Schroeder, perhaps? And then Zeit. And this one here was, I think, a French documentary, and Vangelis produced some music that sounds like a, you know, your typical, kind of an African safari type sound. Remember the days of, you know, Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom and Untamed World? Well, here's a more exotic keyboard based, and it's got a lot of animal sounds in there and natives, tribal sounds, you know, out on the African savannah. La Fête Sauvage goes beautifully, fits in just beautifully on this program music. See, I bought that July the 12th, 1982. And here's another beautiful album by Vangelis, Ignacio. The original title of it was Can You Hear the Dogs Barking? And the music here on these albums I'm going to show was used in the soundtrack to the PBS television series Cosmos. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful album here. I bought this 7/15/82. In French, that's that side face A there. Can you hear the dogs barking? Part 1 and 2. And then I found the original of that album. That was a reissue there. Here's the original from 75. That was released in 77. Found this one here on September the 4th, 1987. There he is at his huge bank of keyboards. The Virtuoso. And then an incredibly lush, just exquisite beauty, floating, cosmic. Wow. Beautiful soundtrack here. The Apocalypse of the Animals. Wonderful soundtrack. And I end the program music with some pieces off this album here. This one I felt fit the nighttime, as the sun has sat. Now the stars are coming out. The sky's kind of pink going into purple. And and a beautiful meditative drone masterpiece here by Eberhard Schoener from 1973 called Meditation. On Kukuk. This is another beautiful label. Among my favorites for just the explosion of gorgeous, lush, tropical colors there. Look at that. Beautiful little bird there. I just love that label. John Hassell. This one here is called Dream Theory in Malaya, Fourth World, Volume 2. This is incredible, incredible. Look at that artwork. Just love it, love it. Of course, it's on the Editions EG label, which a lot of the this type of music is on. You know, Brian Eno and then John Hassell's Power Spot from I think about 85, 86. Yeah, another great album. Anything I've heard by him, I love. I mean, he plays a treated trumpet, very unique sound, very primal, primitive, ethnic type of sound, otherworldly. And then the only one from Brian Eno's Ambient series was Ambient 4 that I felt fit perfectly in with this particular, what's the title? Primitive Ethereal. My second title for this show, yeah, Primitive Ethereal. His other three in the series went off into other areas that didn't quite mesh with this sound. Yeah, but I love all his Ambient 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each one has a different personality. But this is just an incredible listen all the way through. No duds on here, and they all flow they transition one into another for just this perfect mood. Just excellent. And there he shows how to get that special sound from your speaker setup. when listening to it. And here was the classic, oh, this is such a great album, Osmos, Ariel Kalma, Richard Tinty from 1978. This album runs very, very long. The grooves are cut very, very fine. I think it was like 39 and 40, 45 minutes almost per side on some of the sides. Somewhere in there, 35, 40 minutes, a little over perhaps. Yeah. You don't want to pick up the needle or lay it back down once it's started. Let it play all the way through. I think there was even a warning on here. Yeah. And then Evening Star, another really excellent album. Frippinino here. An Index of Metals. That song to me conveys baking, searing, hot sun in a sandy, rocky wasteland in the middle of the afternoon with real high temperatures, very dry. That's the feeling it conveys to me. Like you're almost getting dizzy and seeing, you're seeing the heat mirage rise up off of the horizon, the landscape in the distance. And Peter Michael Hamill's Nada on Wergo. Yeah, the song I used from this one is Nada. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And then we have John Hassell's The Surgeon of the Night Sky Restores Dead Things by the Power of Sound. How's that for a title? Another incredible cover. Fourth World Volume 1, Possible Musics, with John Hassell and Brian Eno collaborating. This is an incredible. I really rank this one high. Love this one. Feels like you're flying over, looking down on the landscapes and the rivers, the jungles from way up high. Let's see here. And then Steve Tippett's Safe Journey, another great album, very percussive on here, but it conveys that same feeling, atmosphere, and sound style of instrumentation that you're hearing on all these other albums. Very tropical, just feels hot. And here was the other ones. Must-haves. These aren't the ones I'm showing from here on, aren't the ones showed that appear in the program that I made. But these are also high recommends that I thought I'd show as long as I'm here. Here's number 3 with La Rage, Radiance. Beautiful here. Side A and B are slightly different sounds, different feels to them. Apollo, Atmospheres and Soundtracks from 1983. And then The Pearl, another gorgeous album. Highly, highly recommended. This perfectly evokes the chill air, the dampness, the dark, dim days, cloudy, of the fall season when autumn sets in. And, you know, cool running streams, just absolutely incredible. The Pavilion of Dreams. This somewhat reminds me of the music you heard on the old Star Trek series. Yeah, just a little bit, just a few songs on here. But this is also just awesome. And here's Ambient number 2, Plateau of Mirror. Kind of has a lonely, desolate sound, desolate landscape. And kind of a haunting one here, Drone, kind of a haunting drone. Michael Stern's Ancient Leaves. These follow in the same kind of theme of sound. This was one of his earlier albums on the Continuum Montage label. Then he, Hearts of Space, he became a regular on Hearts of Space. Really cool California label there. Yeah, you have Ancient Leaves on side 1, and then Elysian E on side 2 are the songs. And of course, Cluster and Eno. Very nice album here. And another wonderful album by Eno, Another Green World. And Fripp and Eno's No Pussyfooting. I love that cover there. Room of Mirrors. Yeah. And then finally, here come the Warm Jets. So, That is stuff I like listening to in fall and then summer. Just kind of off and on. So hope you enjoyed, everybody. Next I'm going to be showing some of my latest vinyl finds, so stay tuned. I've got a few installments, I don't know, maybe 2, 3, 4. We'll see how long it ends up being. I don't want to stretch the videos out too long. Try to keep them, I'm hoping, for under 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. So hope you enjoyed, everybody. Take care. See you soon.